May I have the permission to open the function, sir?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Very good morning and namaskar. It is rightly quoted by Sir Benjamin Franklin, without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Therefore, in light of making improvements to the present system, the idea of facilitating eLibrary to the members of bar aims at integrating technology into the curriculum by encouraging technology education, which will immensely help them in their field of practice. Talking of the use of such technology in judicial process adds further value to it. I can say with pride that out of many, the idea of extending the eLibrary facility to the members of bar conceptualized by Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, the Chief Justice High Court of Orissa, is definitely a great step to cater to the need of the young and budding lawyers who may not have the scope to grow a library or even to have the online connectivity for journals. By this facility, they will not only keep themselves up to date, but they can also make use of those in their day-to-day profession without much effort, time, and hassle. With this purpose, I have the honor and privilege to welcome Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, the Chief Justice High Court of Orissa, to this function. I also feel glad to welcome Honorable Justice Arindam Sinha, Judge High Court of Orissa and Chairman High Court Library Committee. I welcome Honorable Justice B. Rathar, Honorable Justice K.R. Mahapatra, Honorable Justice M.S. Sahu, Honorable Justice Sashikanta Mishra, the members of the High Court Library Committee. It's my immense pleasure to welcome all honorable judges who have joined the function being physically present here, as well as those who are tuned with us through this virtual mode. I welcome the esteemed district judges of all the 30 districts of the state, Sri Nirmal Kishore Rathar, the President, Federation of All Orissa Bar Associations, the President and Secretaries of all the Bar Associations of the 30 districts of the state, the President and Secretaries of the Bar Association of Rourkela and Koraput, my esteemed colleagues in the registry, CPC and his team, all the officers and staff involved in making this function possible through this virtual mode. Once again, I welcome all of you, sirs. Thank you. May I now request Sri Nirmal Kishore Rath, the President, Federation of All Orissa Bar Association, to speak a few words on the occasion. Mr. Rath.
Honorable Chief Justice of Orissa and Honorable Justice Arindam Sinha, Chairman, Orissa High Court Library Committee, and all other honorable judges present in this occasion and other dignitaries. I am very much delighted to have an opportunity to speak something on the concept of eLibrary, which is being inaugurated here today. It is well-known fact that the advocates always guide the honorable courts in dispensing proper justice to the litigants. So when the advocates assume such a great responsibility, it is quite natural that unless they themselves are all well equipped with different facets of law and its proper application to the case matter, they would not be able to place the facts in the right manner before the honorable courts for a proper adjudication of the case. So it is an undeniable fact that the advocates are required to keep themselves in regular touch with the concurrent judgments delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court as well as the Honorable High Courts of the country. It is a matter of great satisfaction and pride that our Honorable Chief Justice has taken many steps for development of ongoing judicial system like e-filing, arguments through video conferencing, etc. Now, His Lordship's effort to enhance the knowledge of the advocates through the eLibrary facility is no doubt a highly commendable one. So now, by providing the eLibrary facility in the libraries of different district courts, His Highness has given all encouragements and inspirations to the junior advocates to take proper advantage of this facility, which is a landmark in the history of the Orissa judiciary. I, on behalf of the advocates of Orissa, heartily congratulate the Honorable Chief Justice for the initiative in taking such a step for the first time in the judicial history of the state. Undoubtedly, the advocates, particularly the younger generation, will be highly benefited by using the facility of eLibrary, as it will provide them ample opportunity to enrich their knowledge in different facets of law and fact by going through the day-to-day judgments of the Honorable Supreme Court as well as different high courts of the country. Hope this will, in long run, would enable the advocates to render proper service to the litigants who have reposed full faith on their experience and expertise in their professional fields. Before I conclude my speech, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Honorable Chief Justice of Orissa on the behalf of the advocates of the state for his laudable efforts in this direction. Bande Utkala Janani. Jai Jagannath.
I request Honorable Justice Arindam Sinha, Judge High Court of Orissa and Chairman Library Committee to give a few words to the occasion. My Lord.
The Honorable the Chief Justice, Dr. S. Muralidhar, my seniors in the bench, my colleagues in the Library Committee, Justice Vishwanath Rathu, Justice K.R. Mahapatra, Justice Mukunka Shekhar Shahu, and Justice Mishra, Shashikanta Mishra, sister and brother judges, officers of the Chief Justice led by the Registrar General, learned district judges, judicial officers, Mr. Nirmal Kumar Kishore Ratho, President, Federation of all Orissa Bar Associations, the President and Secretaries of all the Orissa Bar Associations, learned members of all the bars, the Central Project Coordinator, his technical team, and the staff of the High Court. Namaskar. With increase in technological advancements, legal research in India is getting committed to finding information quickly. Digital library has become an integral part of all research activities. To that end, our chief wanted access made available, and the library committee followed up. Using legal research tool is very important for advocates today. eLibrary will be a great asset to advocates as it supports them to augment their ideas for handling cases by helping them find authorities and eventually facilitate enhancement of the justice delivery system. The e-libraries are to be inaugurated for all the bar associations of 30 districts and 2 outlying stations of Koraput and Rourkela. Desktop access to legal databases, Manupatra and AIR online, providing electronic access to national and international law journals to provide all bar associations in the state of Orissa access and download facility is being made available for familiarization, use, and adoption. With this, instead of physically searching huge number of books of various journals, there can be instant access at the fingertips for picking Indian and international case laws to conduct legal research within a minute and find out the case-related information quickly. The rationale for adoption of eLibrary is to provide electronic and online resources for advocates in order to acquaint and enhance their learning and research activities. Electronic library achieves its objectives by creating opportunities for the advocates to access and retrieve appropriate information that cater to their needs. Having said so, members of the bar, remember to read the judgments. Authorities you find by using the e-libraries. Make sure that the result of your search is a judgment which supports your client's case. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you for your valuable inputs. May I now have the honor to request Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, the Chief Justice High Court of Orissa, to inaugurate the e-libraries in 32 bar associations of the state. My lord. Thank you, my lord. May I now request CPC to present the video clippings of some of the e-libraries of the districts.
Full screen.
Okay.
Sorry,
It's not fast.
not the entire thing. Some they have done.
Thank you, Sri Patra. May I now request Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar, the Chief Justice High Court of Orissa, to give the inaugural address. My lord.
Thank you, Mr. Dash. Pranam, Pande Utkala Janani. My dear colleagues of the High Court of Orissa, present here and physically and present online. The learned district judges of the 30 districts and the judges in charge of the 2 outlying stations. All the judicial officers present in virtual mode. The President of the Federation of District Bar Associations, Mr. Ratha, and the presidents and secretaries of the various district bar associations, as well as the bar associations of Rourkela and Koraput. All the lawyers present in various locations, some of them watching on a link provided on the YouTube. My registry officials led by the Registrar General and the registrars of this court, the CPC, all the technical staff present at all locations, including the High Court. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the happiest days I've had as Chief Justice of the Orissa High Court. This was a dream come true definitely for me, but I'm hoping that it is a dream come true for many lawyers in Odisha. When the COVID pandemic started and we entered into the virtual mode for conducting court proceedings, one of the anxieties expressed by many lawyers was the digital divide. And they were justified in pointing out that many a young lawyer is unable to afford a smartphone, is unable to afford a laptop, a desktop, a connection whereby the lawyer can participate in virtual hearings of the court. As the High Court of Orissa, we've been deeply conscious of the possibility of the digital divide posing a disadvantage to many a young lawyer. And we've been seeking to address that disadvantage as best as we can. So we started by opening video conferencing cabins in the various district courts. At least there was one VC room, and perhaps more as time went by. And it is heartening to know that the bar responded so well. Many of them used those VC cabins to participate in court proceedings. And that is how many of our virtual hearings and now the hybrid hearings have been progressing without a hitch as far as Orissa is concerned. Credit, of course, must go fully to each lawyer, each of the bar associations, including the High Court Bar Association, for cooperating full-heartedly. And the technical team that we've had an excellent backup support by our technical team. The NIC has provided the infrastructure, backup support, and the personnel. Our own computer departments have, both in the High Court as well as in the district courts, have risen to the occasion. It is all of this that encouraged us to take that next step, which is providing a valuable resource for the young lawyer in digital mode. As lawyers ourselves, and I'm now addressing many of the senior lawyers who are present online and lawyers who have now become judges and my dear colleagues, we've all gone through that phase in life when we could not afford to have our own libraries. We always used to be amazed at seeing the wonderful collection of books in our seniors' libraries. And we would always dream that one day, when I'm a better lawyer and with greater practice, one of the first things I should possess is a good library. In fact, that is a dream of every young lawyer. And this is perhaps introducing that young lawyer to this wonderful possibility of a library, which this young lawyer entering the eLibrary that's been open today in 32 locations is likely to encounter when he clicks on that mouse to access judgments, whether it's AIR online or it's Manupatra or the OLT that is being provided in a CD-ROM. This is but the first steps, but these are very essential steps. As lawyers, these are our essential tools of practice. There cannot be a day for a lawyer or for a judge when some judgment is not read, when some pleading is not read, when some statute is not read. Reading is as automatic, reading, comprehending, recalling, narrating what you've read, explaining what you've read. This all becomes a natural part of the functioning of every lawyer, of every judicial officer. It is our life breath in the legal profession. There is a lot of hustle and bustle in the bar. Lots of things are happening in court complexes. These are public places, so there's a large amount of footfall. And amidst all that chaos, the din, the confusion, every lawyer wants to find that quiet place, to find that quiet moment for reflection, for quiet moment for study. And this is a lawyer who perhaps cannot afford her or his own chamber, cannot afford her or his own library or office. Every such young lawyer is yearning for that space in court, that quiet space in court, where some time can be spent in reading a new judgment, in reading about the law, in reading the statute, and getting more familiar with it. So this space that's been provided, this quiet space that has been provided, in fact, it has been carefully thought of and designed in such a way that lawyers do find that quiet space. And we are sure that it will be preserved as that quiet place of reflection. We've all seen meditation rooms. The meditation room is always quiet because it's a moment you gather yourself, you have moments of reflection. Likewise, this eLibrary is that quiet place within the busy court complex where serious-minded lawyers who want to acquire more knowledge will go there and spend their quiet moments reading, reflecting on what they have read. This will help them concentrate, help them focus, help them make notes. The more you read, the more doubts you should have. The more you should discuss those doubts. We've all learned it in our long years at the bar. And these are a few tips I would like to share with some of you who are minded to gain from it. One, as Justice Arindam Sinha rightly said, read the judgment, but read the entire judgment. There is a temptation just to read the head notes. There's a temptation just to read a line here and a line there. There's a temptation only to read the operative portion. There's a temptation only to read what was held, what is the law explained, without paying attention to the facts. Eschew those habits which don't stand you in good stead as you progress in practice, because a sharp judge will always remind you, sir or madam, please read the facts of the case. Please understand the ratio of the case. So it's only careful reading of the judgment that helps you develop the skill of discerning the ratio of a judgment. We've read about it enough in our law classes, but this is the time to put it in practice. Make short notes of what you've read. One of the things we've been warned about in the digital world is that we do not do deep reading. What we read on a screen somehow does not print itself in our brains as well as it would perhaps if we had a book in hand or the paper in hand. So this is a point of view expressed by many that deep reading is probably not possible in the digital world. But that doesn't mean we do no reading at all, which is why we introduce you to the habit of reading through the digital library. But I would urge you to make notes in your own hand about what you read. That will help you read carefully and then put down your doubts. There could be words that you don't understand, phrases that you don't understand, the reasoning that seems to you not to be logical. So put down all those questions that you have as you read. That will help you concentrate on what you read. Third and most important, share your knowledge. Knowledge grows when knowledge is shared. Unless you discuss what you read with your colleagues, with your peers, with your seniors, you will not know whether you have really understood what you've read. They may give you fresh insights. They may have read the same judgment, the same statute, the same article. In fact, these online sources have a wealth of legal resources, not just judgments. Try and explore as much as you can all these sites that you're being introduced to and go backwards, forwards. It's an ocean. Plunge into this ocean, swim wildly, because you're swimming in the ocean of knowledge. And let knowledge come to you from all sources. The knowledge that you understand will grow. The knowledge that you think you have will grow only when you share it. There are many ways of sharing it. One is, of course, discussing with others. The other is to form study circles. When you enter these e-libraries, you might end up making new friendships with other serious-minded lawyers. That is how the bar always has a component of serious lawyers who know their stuff. Enter any bar association and ask any lawyer, sir, who is a good lawyer on pleadings? They will point out a few lawyers. Who is a good lawyer in cross-examination? They will point out a few lawyers. Sir, who is a good lawyer in drafting a good injunction suit? They'll point out a lawyer. So each lawyer picks up a certain skill to develop. Some of these lawyers you will encounter in these e-libraries, because a good lawyer will never stop learning. The good lawyer will want to know what is the latest that the Supreme Court has said on Specific Relief Act. What is the latest the Supreme Court has said on partition, on Hindu Succession Act, on any question that you're working on. Sometimes a question you're not working on at all. But a good lawyer will know that tomorrow I might get a case in that branch of law. I better keep myself updated. So when you enter this e-library, you're bound to encounter these serious-minded lawyers, develop these friendships, let these friendships then percolate to the bar when you have your own study circles. In the Supreme Court bar, we had what was called the Friday meeting group. About 10, 15 of us would just sit around a table to discuss either a judgment or an article or an issue, which was law-based, legal-based, or even of common public interest. That helped us grow with our knowledge. It helped us more thirsty, more curious for more knowledge. So form your study circles, write case comments. You've seen AIR journal section, SEC journal section. Many of the other journals have journal sections where they carry articles. Many of the lawyers who are there with us on online, many of the judges who are sitting with me at some point or the other have attempted these things, attempted at writing case comments, When you write case comments, prepare short notes on judgments. It helps your colleagues, but it helps yourself. It sharpens your writing skills. It improves your language. The more you read, the better you write. Keep adding to the repertoire of what you read. Read randomly. You may not be dealing with a patents case at all, but please read that judgment, although it is unfamiliar to you. What you will read in that judgment is not just about the patents law, maybe about the style of judgment writing, about the ability to pick up ratio of cases. When good judges write judgments, quoting other judgments, the good judges will summarize those cases for you. It will give you new insights into those cases that have been decided. Sometimes a complicated case like Keshavananda Bharati, which you find daunting to be able to read, you'll find it neatly summarized in a judgment rendered by even a high court. So all of this helps in understanding this vastness of law, in finding your way through this maze and trying to improve yourself as a lawyer. Organize lectures. I'm now talking to the younger lot of the bar, the serious-minded lot. Take it in your hands to organize lectures by the senior members of your bar. Form your own library committees if you're so minded. Let that grow. Let knowledge grow. Have screenings of films based on law. Discuss what you read, what you hear, what you watch. Keep that academic activity, keep that intellectual activity alive in the Bar Association. Bar is a place where learning is non-stop, learning is continuous. There's a constant transmission of knowledge. These e-libraries should be another focal point that encourages all of this to happen. And I'm sure it will. We have placed in your midst a valuable resource. Make best use of it. We will do the hand-holding as a High Court for the first 2 years, but I'm expecting that the bar will pick up what has been given to it and expand it. If Bolangir wants to add 3 more journals to the repertoire, please do it. If Angul says, no, I'll add 6 more journals for my young lawyers in the bar, please do it. Let a valuable resource be allowed to grow. Devote your resources, some portion of the resources of the bar to make this grow. And that is the expectation we all have. The better lawyers we have, the better judges we'll have. The better judges we'll have, law will grow healthily and purposefully to achieve the goals of the Constitution. With these words, I wish you all the very best and look forward to active use of the eLibrary. We will soon, maybe in a few months, also reach out to the other outlying stations and see if we can open similar eLibraries in the other outlying stations as well. Thank you for your patient listening. Jai Hind, Vande Utkalajani.
Thank you, sir. Your words would definitely help the members of the bar in carrying their pursuit for the profession more effectively. May I now request Sri Somyak Patra, the Coordinator, High Court Arbitration and the Convener of High Court Library Committee to deliver the vote of thanks. Mr. Patra.
Namaskar and a very good morning to all. Transition from manual to digital mode is the need of the hour. Establishment of e-libraries in the bar associations will definitely facilitate the advocates in enriching their knowledge, which in turn will better the justice delivery system. We feel privileged to be a part of such a remarkable event. We are grateful to the Honorable Chief Justice Dr. S. Muralidhar for his Lordship's conception of the idea to establish e-libraries for the members of the bar associations and guiding us in materializing it. It is for his Lordship's intellection that such a momentous development could be had. We are grateful to Honorable Justice Arindam Sinha, the Chairman of the Library Committee, for sharing his valuable thoughts with us. We are also grateful to Honorable Justice Vishwanath Rath, Honorable Justice Krishnaram Mahapatra, Honorable Justice Mugangasekhar Sahu, and Honorable Justice Sashikant Mishra, members of the Library Committee, for their gracious presence. Without their Lordships' constant efforts, the idea of establishing e-libraries in the bar associations could not have been materialized. We express gratitude to Honorable Justice B.R. Sarangi, Honorable Justice B. Narsingh, Honorable Justice B.P. Satpathy, Honorable Justice M.S. Raman for attending the function. We express gratitude to all the Honorable Judges who attended the function through virtual mode. Their gracious presence has been encouraging for us. We are grateful to Mr. Nirmal Kishore Rath, President of the Federation of All Orissa Bar Association, for his address on the occasion. We are grateful to the learned district judges of all the 30 districts for attending the function through virtual mode. We are grateful to the presidents and the secretaries of the district bar associations and the bar associations of the Koraput and Rourkela for joining us in the function through virtual mode. We are thankful to the CPC and the technical team for their support in making today's function possible through virtual mode. We thank the court staff and all other who have contributed for today's function. We also thank the media personnel for their continued support in propagating our message. Now, may I have the permission of the Lordship to declare the function closed?
Yes, please.
The function is closed now.